right, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Look at this thing. I want to, there we go. Good morning, Dale. Good morning. Sawadi Ton Chow. Somebody in my cup. Tamalayu. I don't know why, but this guy gave me, I asked for a dirty coffee. I got a sangria. I'm like, I'm the only person here. I'm like, I didn't order a sangria. Maybe he just got mixed up. I don't know. But anyway, that's fine. He's giving me the dirty, so he's giving me the dirty. And here it comes right now. Thank you.
Sorry.
That's all right. Things happen. Anyway, we're here today. Why not? But tomorrow I will not be streaming. Monday I don't think I'll be streaming. So Tuesday, the day before we go to Vietnam, I will be streaming. We are going to Vietnam. We're going to Da Nang, and there'll be 5 of us in our party. We have the tickets. We have a place to stay. So now all we have to do is think about what are we going to do when we get there, which we'll figure out. Anyway, I got myself a nice dirty coffee. Lots of fat in that. Cream, milk, and coffee. No sugar. Well, unless there's sugar in the milk, but there may be. Anyway, today we're going to talk about a few different prices on the cost of living index, 2 of which are Starbucks and McDonald's. We're just going to do some price comparisons. Let me see here, because I have the cost of living index for mid-year 2024. And yes, okay, here we go. Here's another one. Oh, I have all kinds of data here. So anyway, here we are again in my, I wish I could find a better place here. I wish my office was a little nicer. I do wish it was nicer. If it was a little bigger, a little bit nicer, I would probably just do my streams right from in there. But they're not. It's not. And I haven't had a coffee yet, so I need my coffee. Good morning, Aiden. Good morning. So anyway, before I get started, the dollar is at 33.25, not 32, but 33.25. So it is above 33. It's been hovering over 33 since early yesterday, and now it's been staying right around this number for, half the day, which is good because I needed to transfer some money, and so it's better to get more money than less money. 61 on the air quality index, and you know what? It's not very clean out. I can feel it. It's a bit hot. It's only 81 degrees, but 85% humidity. High of 91, low of 77, and the feel-like temperature right now is 87 degrees. It'll be cloudy with, what is this I wrote here? My pen, I got this pen here. I really like the pen, but it doesn't write. I have like 3 or 4 of them. They don't write smoothly. They break up all the time. It's like they run out of ink in like 2 days. So I can't see what I wrote here. Have no idea what I wrote here. Anyway, partly cloudy with a little bit of rain. That's the forecast. It changes day to day. What can I say? But yeah, we're going to talk about the cost of living. We started to talk about it yesterday. And, you know, everybody and their mother has their comparisons and their charts. And, you know, I look at it like, listen, I go to a couple different places. I get things for this price. To me, that's the price. I don't go to the most expensive places. I don't go to the cheapest places. I'm right in the middle, and I always try to get a value for my dollar, for my baht. And so I look at it like I'm kind of in the middle. I don't look at it like I'm the guy who goes out and spends a bundle and doesn't care, because I do care. And I'm definitely not the cheapest. And that's something I wanted to say. You know, the good thing about Thailand is it provides opportunity for everybody. I guess you could say it's a good thing, although sometimes I think it's not a good thing, because everybody and their mother wants to come here and they think they can get by, and it's, you know, they think if they have a little bit of money, oh, I've got $500, I can stay in Thailand for a month. Well, yeah, maybe. And maybe you can have a good time. I kind of doubt that. Although I know there's some kids out there going, oh, I go to the bars and it's only 30 baht for a drink, and, you know, I go there every night. And okay, if that's the life you want to, I like the life where you go wherever you want to go, and hopefully you have enough money to be able to pay for everything that you need to pay for. I don't go into high-end joints because I know I'm going to have to pay big money. So if I am going to a place that is rather expensive, that I know is expensive, then I always make sure I got plenty of money, like overkill. If I'm going to go to a place and you go, oh, the meal's going to cost you $1,000, well, then I better have more than $1,000 in the bank. I mean, I better have a couple grand just in case. You always try to have more than you need. Always have a buffer. But the good thing about Thailand is that, oh, my Mac is peachy now. I'm using it, and really, the guy, Mac user, told me all I needed to do was open the backup and unplug it, unplug the battery, and then like start the computer up or whatever, replug the battery. And that's what they did. And it started right up. And I'm like, well, why is that? Oh, it could have been a lot of different things. Okay. So it wasn't the battery and it wasn't the cable. Now, my trackpad has been acting up, and I use my mouse most of the time. I very seldom use the trackpad. The guy goes, and I remember my trackpad before was bad because the battery had swollen up and was pushing on the Bluetooth, and then it wasn't allowing me to use the touchpad. So this time he looked at it and he goes, your trackpad doesn't work. And I was like, well, it works, but it's not so good. And so he tried adjusting it. There's a little screw you can adjust it. And that didn't work. He goes, you really need to get a new, you know, the new button or whatever. I said, okay. And then I said, listen, I want some more storage on this thing. I don't know if I can get it. I mean, I only had 128 gigabytes on this thing. I said, give me 256 and fix the touchpad. How much is it? 4,000 baht. All right, that's fine. I'm not going to quibble about him. I know maybe you can get cheaper storage. He tried to get me used storage that he would have sold me for, a song and a dance. And I'm going to tell you the name of the place. It's called Dr. Mac. And they work on older Macs, older phones, older Apple stuff. They work on stuff that is, you would think that, well, Apple will not work on it any longer. Which kind of pisses me off. It's like, listen, you still got computers out there. You need to work on them. I don't care what the deal is. Oh, well, it's 10 years old. We don't work. Sorry. We don't work on it anymore. Well, it's like, well, then what the? That's just ridiculous to me. And so I found this Dr. Mac a couple of years ago. Good guy. I think he's married to a Thai or whatever. You know, and he's got a little crew. But nice guy, and I was like, wait a minute, this is not the same location. I hope this is the same place. So I took a taxi yesterday and went there. Did I stream yesterday? What's today's? Yeah, I streamed yesterday. Days run together. I had to do something. I ran some errands, went home, and then I took a taxi all the way out to, it's over by Central World, out in that area. And so I went and, you know, the guy looked at it and he said, listen, give me an hour or so and I'll figure everything. I said, fine. Then I went back and we're talking and I said, listen, how long is it going to take you to fix it? We can have it by the end of the day or you can pick it up tomorrow. I said, can you send it to my house? Because I don't want to come all the way back out here. Sure, no problem. So by 4 o'clock, I mean, this is 12 o'clock, 12:30. By 4 o'clock, it was fixed. He says, can we send it over? Sure, no problem. 150 baht. I forget what service it was. I don't think it was Grab. And he sent it over. I plug it in, the thing works great, and I'm a happy camper. And I said to him, how much longer do you think this thing's gonna last? Because I'd like to, you know, get another year out of it if I can. He said, you can get at least a year or two. He goes, but I'm betting that maybe I can, you know, with a little bit, you might have to upgrade some stuff. He goes, but just a little bit, you can get another 3-4 years out of it pretty easy. I said, I don't know. So if I get 15 years out of my Mac, I'm a happy camper, man. You know, most people 6-7 years they're changing their Mac, and what do I need to change it for? You know, I really don't need to change it. I can watch videos, I can edit videos, I can do just about everything I need to do. So really, aside from getting something that's upgraded and a lot faster, you know, and newer, I don't really need to get a new one. So if I get another new one in 2-3 years, I'll be happy. So anyway, that's the story of my Mac. My Mac is fixed. I'm very happy. And I'm happy because I don't have to use my wife's computer. I don't like using other people's computers. And you know, she's very cool about it. You want to use my computer? Yeah, because I got my own computer for work. You don't have to, you know, just maybe sometimes when she's home, she might want to use it for something. But most of the time, I can use it whenever I want. So it was nice that I can do that, but I really don't want to use it. Usually the battery puffs up and breaks the trackpad keyboard, so change the battery soonish. Well, I think I changed the battery about 2 years ago, and it doesn't seem to be puffing up. There is none of that, but once it starts doing that, I will change it, and we should be okay. So I'm happy. So anyway, let's talk about prices here. And you know, what I always say here is Thailand is no longer cheap, but it is cheaper. And to some people, they go, oh, well, it's only 40 or 50% of what I pay back home. Well, you know, that's great, but that's that one particular item. That might be rent, which is, you know, pretty important, but okay, it might be rent, it might be what you spend overall, but there are some things that you're not going to get cheaper. And it's pretty funny because if you look at Starbucks and you look at McDonald's, you will see that compared to the United States, the prices in Thailand can be even higher than the prices in the United States. You know, so you're not going to get everything for cheap. And if you are visiting here, listen, just get whatever money you can that you want to spend. You know, you're coming here for 2 weeks and you go, I'm going to spend $2,000. I'm going to go there and have $2,000. My hotel's paid for, my ticket is paid for, and I got $2,000. Okay, you got $2,000. That means you can spend it in 14 days, right? You got plenty of money. You got almost 150 bucks a day. You probably won't spend that unless you're going drinking and whoring and doing all kinds of other stuff. You know, whatever it is you have, 1,400. So you got 100 bucks a day plus room plus ticket. I mean, I used to come here and say, when I come here visiting, I'm going to spend $100 a day. And that was fine. I had plenty of money. I didn't run out of money. And I usually went back with, you know, $200 or $100. So depends. Depends on what I was doing. But now, things are a little bit different. Yeah, I mean, you know, they ain't cheap, I can tell you that. You ain't gonna get some girl to go with you for 1,000 or 1,500 baht. You know, maybe you'll get some streetwalker or something, I don't know. But, you know, they might start out asking you for 5,000 and take 3. I don't know, it depends on the girl. Some girls, they're not gonna take 3, you know. You're gonna be like, no, I got these Japanese guys, they pay me all day, yeah. And I remember I knew this girl, and you know, she was working, and I said to her, what is it about you that you think is so special for all the guys? She goes, I don't know what it is. She says, but I know, man give me 50,000 baht every month and he don't stay with me. He give me money from overseas. He just give me free every month. And I'm like, so this guy's giving you, at the time, I don't know how much it was. It was, I mean, that's probably, what is that, 5 grand? No, it can't be 5 grand. 1,500 would be 30 something. So it had to be about almost $2,000. She's getting 2 grand a month. She's a little uneducated farm girl. So that's great money for her. She goes, you know, she spends $300, $400. She's got all that money left over. She can send mama, papa. She can stash it in the bank. I mean, I knew a lot of girls, and I'd go, holy shit, you got 2 million baht sitting in the bank. There was one girl I knew who, she had this guy. The guy was an aircraft guy. He worked on aircrafts, and he was like the consultant who went around putting out fires. And I mean fires in the, I don't mean it in the literal sense, but he knew everything about planes, and so he'd go out for, you know, United, Delta, all these other places, and he would help them to figure out the problems. He would troubleshoot things, and he probably made $300,000 a year. So he's giving this girl, he's giving her like 5 grand a month. He got her a passport, got her a visa to New York. She went to New York to stay with him. And every like year or two, she would go to New York and stay there with him for like, you know, whatever she could stay there for 3 months or something. And she was happy, you know. And that's the thing. Depends on what you're spending your money on. You know, we could talk all day long. There's guys that, you know, they're spending big money. They're spending $10,000, $20,000 a month. Now maybe, you know, some of that is business, I don't know. Maybe some of that is because they are sending it to women, which is just stupid. Now I know quite a few people, they have enough money and they send a little bit, which, you know, a little bit to them might be $1,000, $500. So if they were living in Thailand, you would add that to their overall costs. But if they're not living, then they're living in the United States or wherever it is, and you got to add it on to that, you know, to what their monthly expenses are. But if you have the money, it's, you know, I mean, if you're pulling in, you know, $120,000, $220,000, $320,000 a year, then what is sending $300 a month gonna do to you if you're sending it to some chick? I'm not saying you should do it. What I'm saying is, to some guys, it's like, I don't really care about the money. That's what it is. And I notice, and I know this from my own experiences, that when you don't have money, you're much tighter with the money. You're much, you're hey, I'm not going to spend it on this. Hey, I'm going to walk. I'm not going to take the bus. No way, man. You get like that. But when you have a lot of dough, it's a little easier. You go, oh, you know what? This girl, I'm going to give her the 20 baht tip. I'm going to give her the 50 baht tip, whatever it is. I will spend it. That's how things work. That's how the mind works. I just got back from 3.5 months in Thailand, minus a week in Jakarta. My average monthly spend was 1,500 to 2,000, and I didn't live an extravagant lifestyle. Simps send money overseas. Yeah. I've always said 1,500 is a reasonable amount to allow yourself for expenses here. 2,000, you can be a bit more comfortable, you can save. You have to think about things like clothing. Are you gonna need new clothes? I mean, granted, some guys, they got plenty of clothes and they don't need clothes for another 5 years. But let's just say you wanna go get a pair of shoes. Listen, I go get a pair of shoes. For me, it's a bit of a big deal because I don't like spending money on anything that's over 100 bucks unless it's really going to do something for me or it's going to last me. So I go and buy shoes and I'm buying, Asics. Some of those are like 7,000-8,000 baht. Now, I look at it and I go, okay, do I really like those shoes? Which is the value? And I usually spend 4,000 baht, 4,500, maybe 5,000. And that's about once a year. But for clothes, I mean, what do I need to wear? A lot of guys don't need, I used to wear suits. I got a couple suits in my closet. I haven't worn them in 10 years. I still have the jackets and everything. I can wear them, but, my point is, you get here and you're doing things, and I don't think I've worn a pair of long pants for a couple of months. I just don't wear them. I don't need them. Good morning, Cyrus. How you doing? I was thinking about you the other day. How's everything? What did I do yesterday? I went to the grocery. And I said, I don't want to spend 1,000 baht today. And I spent 800 and some change. And I really didn't get that much. I got some cheese, I got some bacon, I got some sausages, I got some milk, and I got some peanut butter, and that was it. Everything's going well. Well, that's good to hear. So you're here for a while now. Let's see, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, guys sending money. Well, we all know we shouldn't do that. You really don't need to do that. I got a saying, and I don't remember who told me it. I don't really care. I'm not claiming it as my own, but she was fine before she met you, and she'll be fine when you leave her. She'll be fine without you. And that's the truth. Got my 1-year retirement visa. Okay, good. So you're set. Good to know that. It's always a good feeling, too, when you get that. But they don't need you. They are very self-sufficient. And you might think, oh my God, she's going to have to go back to the bar. Well, you shouldn't be there picking up a chick anyway. And this all factors into the cost of living. I hate to tell you that. Women factor into the cost of living. Women cost money. Even if they give you money sometimes. Listen, me and my wife have a good relationship, pretty good relationship when it comes to money. Sometimes she pays, sometimes I pay. You know, sometimes she goes, don't worry about that. Sometimes I go, I paid that, don't worry about it, you know. But the bottom line is, if you're living alone, it's cheaper than if you're living with someone else, unless they're paying for everything. And that is one reason why some guys come here and they go, oh, I'm never getting married. I'm never gonna. Well, listen, even if you go out and roll around with some chick and, you know, for one night, she's your one night love affair, and you do that once a week, I mean, figure that out. That's at least, listen, you go out to a bar, unless you go out, you sit down, you have one drink for, say, 150 baht, 100 baht, you see some girl and you go, that's her, I want to go. And you go, okay, honey, let's go. Now, if it's 9, 10 o'clock, you might have to pay extra. You pull her out, and then you're like, okay, let's go home. Let's go home and mess around all night. Well, she ain't stupid. A lot of times they're like, oh, I'm hungry, I need to eat, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And, you know, if you're a gentleman, you go, all right, listen, here's the deal. We can stop and get you something to eat, then we're going home. Okay. And then when you're done, it might be 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. She's like, I gotta go. And you're like, no, stay with me. Well, it's gonna cost you more money. But if you go into a bar and you wanna actually have a good time, you're gonna spend money for 3 drinks, 5 drinks. What are you gonna do? Drink Red Bull all night? You might. You can drink water all night? Well, they're gonna charge you for it. So you're gonna spend money on drinks and having fun with her. You know, just getting to know her a little bit. I mean, I guess, you know, you don't have to. But that's what most guys do. They get to know the girl a little bit. You know, it's not just, okay, honey, come home with me. Let me stick it in. And then leave. Well, you say most. Most of the Westerners that live here are not simps. They're not stupid. And they learn. But most of the visitors, now that I will say, many of the visitors, they want to try to be decent to the girl, and the girl knows that. So they take advantage of it. You know, you know, it's her culture, I have to do this, I have to do that. No, you don't have to do shit. You do what you want to do. Be a man. Stand up to her and say, you know what, I'd really like to give you, you know, $500, but I don't have the money. I can't do that. Sorry, you know, you're going to get my 75 bucks or whatever it is. But most of the people that live here that I know are definitely not simps. I mean, I look at Jono. Jono's not a simp. Jono could, if Jono doesn't want to mess around, he's just going to be like, listen, I'm not in, get out of here. He doesn't care what they look like. Same goes with 2/4 Korean. And I know quite a few other people who live here. They're either married or they got a girlfriend. I know a lot of old guys here, they go, oh, my girlfriend this, my girlfriend that. You know, they're like 80 years old. Well, I know one guy, he's about 75, 76 years old. He's always talking about his girlfriend. I got to go pick up my girlfriend. I got to do this with my girlfriend. Now what, you think the guy's not giving him any cash? I mean, of course he is. That's because she's not working. Now, I know one guy that I've talked about, and he comes in every once in a while. I see him around in the mall, and he's got a girlfriend, and she wants to keep working. He says she doesn't have to, but she wants to. Now, she doesn't want to because she doesn't want to be under his thumb. She doesn't want to be like, okay, well, this guy gives me all my money, so I've got to wait for him to give me my money. And maybe he'll give it to me on the 1st, maybe he'll give it to me on the 5th, maybe 1 month he might tell me, oh, sorry, honey, I can only give you 50%. You know, they never know. So anyway, let's get back to the whole pricing worldwide and what's going on with that. Let's talk about Starbucks, because I don't go to Starbucks anymore. The only time I've been to Starbucks is when my wife wants to go there so she can get something for one of the kids or she can get something herself. And I just don't really want to buy anything anymore. And I'll tell you what, this place can be a bit expensive sometimes. And there is a coffee shop. There's 3 coffee shops on the street, at least 3 coffee shops. As I come here from my house, there is this, it's a big place, and there's not many people in it, but it's been open for a long time. And if I wanted to go there at, say, 8:30, I could go there. There's another place that opened up. They used to open up at 8 o'clock. Now they open up at 10 o'clock. And then there is a, what is it called? It starts with an I. What the hell is it? Intanon? Is that what it is? Intanon? Intanin Coffee. There's an Intanin Coffee, and I'm sure they're open at 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock at latest. And they're right there on the street. Now, if I come here, I know I'm going to pay 110 baht for a cappuccino, 105 baht for a cappuccino, or an espresso, something like that. Unless I want to go to Cafe Amazon, which is about a third of the price. But the quality is not there. The quality is here in this coffee. The coffee is very good. Starbucks, to me, has shit coffee. And I always thought that. But I thought it was very comfortable and there were no other places around. So that's why I used to go there. Now I just don't go there. I'd rather support the little guy. You know. Before I go any further, do me a favor. Smash the like button, because not many people are smashing it. You got 28 people in right now, which compared to 70 people like 2 days, 3 days ago, that's not many, but we got 28 people in here and very few thumbs up. So I would appreciate if you would be so kind to click the thumbs up, to subscribe, to hit the notification bell, and to look down in the description to see all the ways that you can help show the love. There's been a couple of people who have recently become sponsors here on YouTube, sponsors to my channel, and I really appreciate that. And you know, yeah, you say that, but you know, there's something at home that being out makes it quite a bit different from being at home, and that is you're out. Sometimes I like sitting, I mean, listen, I woke up this morning, I cooked breakfast for Nicholas, and I thought I want a coffee. I made myself a coffee, sat down there, had my coffee, double espresso. Thank you very much, Aiden, appreciate that. There we go. And I thought, this is nice. I've always got coffee. I've always got coffee. Thanks to Cyrus and Daniel and many other people, I'm always getting coffee. So I have coffee. Now I like to drink it whenever I want it. That's great. I sit at home, I have my coffee, boom, great, right? But if I want to get out of the house, I'm not going to have a coffee and sit there. It's just not the same. Sometimes I want to get out of the house. I want to get out and I want to just look at people. I don't want to talk to them necessarily, but I want to look at them. So anyway, yeah, down in the description everything is there. You can become a member of the channel. Let me see here. What was I going to say? I was going to tell you. What happened to it? What did I do here? Let me see here. You know, I lose my train of thought sometimes so quickly that it surprises even me. How do we do this? Memberships, here we go. I need to start putting the names of the members in the Well, you haven't looked at my channel, obviously. Here we go. I am going to name the members, but I need to put these members' names in the description. MGTOW Gamer, ooh, yeah, I just joined yesterday. Gilles Doucet, Michael Lee, David Alexander, Narve Omre, Andy Travels, Charles Akana, Dale Opolskis. Thank you, Dale. Dowlo, Carnivore Chronicles, Botman, the one and only Botman. Chris Mott, Tom O'Connell, haven't seen Tom in quite some time. Victor Beeson, Mr. Mitch in Thailand, how you doing? Tokyo Sammy, Carlos Colucci, Stephen K, haven't seen him in a while. Fire Dude, John Frum, Suwon, Mr. Allen, Tim Mays, Mindy Corcoran, I haven't seen her in I don't know how long, but she's been a sponsor on the channel for quite some time, so I appreciate it. Lee, he also has been on the channel for a long time. All the people I'm going to name now have been on the channel for almost like 4 years. Lee, Tony 7682, Henry McIver, Mr. LH, and Jim Urardi, the oldest member. Jim and LH are the oldest members on this channel. It's about 4.5 years they've been paid members on my channel. So thank you to all the people there. There's 30 people. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Alpharetta, how you doing? How's things in Manila? So there you go. Now, I forget what I was talking about here. Oh, what was it? Oh, do you do normal length videos still? Yes, I do. I'm just not doing them as much. The streaming is going very well. Now that I have my computer back, I do have some videos that I made a couple weeks ago, and I've been putting them together, and I just couldn't get them done because I was like, I don't want to edit it with my phone. Editing with your phone is a pain in the ass. You know, and so I thought, okay, I'll wait until I get my computer fixed. Now it's fixed. I will edit those videos, and then I'm going to Vietnam, and I will edit those videos. I got videos from Surat. I got drone videos. I don't know if you know this, but if you go to Vietnam with a drone, that's perfectly legal. However, if you fly the drone, every single flight you need to report to the relevant department in Vietnam. So if I fly 5 times, I need to file 5 reports. And I'm just like, it's not worth it. Not worth it. How's Alpharetta, Jim? All right, let's talk about this here. Cost of living. We were talking about Starbucks. Here we go. Oh, Starbucks. The coffee shop everyone loves to hate. And I know there are people out there, oh, I love my Starbucks. I've got to have my half-cap decaf with frappe, blah, 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 with Splenda in it. I have to have that every morning. And they're spending like $6 every day. So they're spending a couple $100 a month on coffee when they could just buy their own coffee, have the coffee at home 5-6 days a week, go out for coffee once or twice a week and save, $150, $200. All right, so where is the most expensive place? Most expensive is it's $7.17 for a latte. And it is, I can't see where it is. I need to put my glasses on. Denmark, $6.55, which ain't cheap. Switzerland. As you might expect, Switzerland, a tall latte is $7.17. The cheapest place is in Turkey, where that same coffee is $1.31. In Brazil, it's $1.96. In Thailand, it's $3.64. So let me figure this out. $3.64 times 33 is okay, that's 120 baht. And I can tell you that, how is it 20 baht? 120 baht. It's got to be more than that. I can tell you, let me see here. Well, if I look and see a latte here, it's 110 baht here in Pacamara. And what I think is Pacamara is a little bit expensive. It's not as expensive as Starbucks. But when you come here, you're not going to get a little 50, 60 baht coffee, even 40 baht. You're not going to get that. It's going to cost you a little more. If I wanted to get a 50 baht cappuccino, I'm paying less than 50% of what I'm paying here. I just go to Cafe Amazon. All right, let's take a look at this here around the world. The United States, $3.26. Here in Thailand, what did I say? $3.64. What is FTW? Sometimes I need a little refresher on the acronyms. For the win. Yeah, but their coffee tastes like shit. I mean, honestly, it tastes very earthy. It tastes earthy. That's the only way I can describe it. And I don't mean earthy as in, oh, this is so good. It feels like I'm getting coffee from the earth, and it's so nice. Oh, it's so fresh. No, that's not what I mean. I mean it tastes earthy, kind of like almost a little dirty. And I don't mean that in a terrible way, but I just mean that is the flavor. Now, if you want to have a decent coffee here, I mean, you might pay 155, 165 baht for a full cup of coffee, like an Americano or something like that. But it is one of the blends. It's like Brazil and Panama and this and that. All right, now, how much do you think it cost in Russia? It's actually very cheap in Russia, $2.91. And what I want to see, here's Portugal. Now, I don't believe this. They've got Portugal, $3.59. Thailand is $3.64. It's only a tad bit cheaper than here. And I can tell you that the coffee, I went to a couple coffee shops in Portugal. They were all cheaper than here. I was really surprised. I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to move to this place. China, $4.23 for a tall latte. And honestly, the coffee that I've had in China was not very good. And I was in an airport in Shanghai. I believe I've told this story before. What the fuck do they have this music so loud for? Usually it starts at 9:45. Now it's 9:17. It's irritating. Anyway, I was in this airport in Shanghai. I got myself a bowl of, it was like a quitio, like a pho. And, I'm thinking to myself, hopefully this is going to be good. Man, I got like a couple pieces of lettuce. I mean, it was like a quarter of a tomato sliced and thrown in there, a little bit of pepper, a few little noodles, and the broth was not hot. It was like lukewarm, and it tastes like shit. And I was like, what am I eating this for? And I just went, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting this lousy bowl of soup in Shanghai's airport. So then I went over to the coffee shop, and it was a Starbucks clone. It was not Starbucks. I don't remember what it was. I have a picture somewhere. But it was not a Starbucks, an authentic Starbucks. It was a clone. They made it seem like it was like Starbucks, but it wasn't. And I go in there, and I'm like, what the I just go, this coffee's horrible. And they were charged, they're charging airport prices. And, I try to be a little understanding about coffee. But in this day and age, you don't have to have a lousy cup of coffee. There's no need for it. I don't care what the excuses are. Okay, Hong Kong and Macau, $5.52 for a cup of coffee. Canada, $3.85, so it's more expensive than the United States. Jamaica, $3.84. El Salvador, $4.25. Panama, $4.70. Colombia, $2.50. Now, Colombia really impressed me with their coffee scene when I went there. And this is, oh God, it's got to be 10, 12 years ago. I remember walking into the coffee shop, and it smelled like coffee. I just said, oh my God, this place smells so good. And I sat down, and I thought, I'm going to drink my coffee here. Because I just went to get some, some takeout and come back, and, I'd drink it in my room or something. Man, I got there, and I went, no, I got to stay here. And so I sat down, and then I started watching people coming in. And man, that place did so much business. And it was just a little place. And also what I noticed is that even the heavy-set women, the big women, the big mamas, they all dressed, they found clothes that really worked for them. I didn't see anybody coming in looking like shit in Colombia. Now, I know there are people that, maybe they can't afford to dress well or anything like that. I understand that. But when I was in this coffee shop, I was impressed by the coffee because it was so damn good. And they just had their act together. And it was cheaper. And because the big women all took care of themselves. And I was like, holy shit. Here in Thailand, you see you're walking down the street, you see some chick with her belly hanging out. And you're like, what the fangulo, man? She's got her gut hanging out, half-top shirt. Woo, look at me, baby. I'm sexy. And you're like, oh, no, that's just wrong. Put that belly away. Anyway, I don't mean to get carried away, but Singapore, $4.90, which is more expensive than Australia. Australia is $3.97. We have any Australians out there, Dale? $3.90 is the average price for a latte. That's more expensive by 33 cents than Thailand. Yeah. Azerbaijan, $3.41. Kuwait, $4.30. South Korea, $4.11. Cambodia, $3.25. Now, Cambodia, I gotta say that 2/4 Korean and myself and one other person went into a Hard Rock Cafe, and I don't even really remember what we had, but we had a meal. All of us had a meal, and that meal was like, I think it cost him like $50. Because Billy paid, and Billy was pissed. He's like, this food sucks. It was the lousiest food that we ever had in Cambodia. It was really bad. And I don't remember if we had a coffee or not, but even the coffee wasn't good. I can remember that. If we had coffee, it wasn't good because the whole meal was bad. All right, let's look at some other places here. Poland, $3.56. Netherlands, $4.44. Luxembourg, $5.51. Norway, $5.08. Finland, $5.67. Sweden, $4.83. If you go to like Egypt, $2.23. Jordan, $3.53, which is just a little bit cheaper than Thailand. South Africa, $2.64. Uruguay, $4.42. Chile, $4.95. So that gives you an idea of what latte. I didn't see any Numbio comments. Never saw it. Listen, Vietnam has so many coffees, Tim. I don't really buy coffee from Vietnam just because, you know, I'll buy it in Thailand, and I'm fine with the stuff I get here. You know, I can get imports, I can get whatever I want here, and I know I can do that from there. And we have had some of that coffee. My wife brought some back. I don't know how long ago it was, because both of us have been to Vietnam. I mean, this is my 4th trip. I think she's been there like 3-4 times. The 30 to 50 baht coffees the carts make in Pattaya are amazing. I don't think so. I think they're good, but I don't think they're great. And I also think that some of the stuff you get there, like some of the coffee they make, like a traditional Thai coffee, is so sweet. If you get it with 100%, you know, sweetened condensed milk, it just doesn't do anything for me. I don't like it with the sweetened condensed milk. All right, so let's get over to McDonald's here. Schmegdonald's. And what was it that I had? Can't even remember now. I had something and I was like, what am I having this for? Because it tastes like shit. Oh, what is this? This is a different one. Big Macs across the world. What is this? Is this Chechnya or Czechoslovakia, or what is it? Let's see here. Where is this price here? $5.69. Holy shit. Oh, that's Switzerland, of course. Switzerland again. A Big Mac is $8.17. In America, it's $5.69. Now, how come I don't have a Thailand in here? What the fungulo? Is there Thailand in here? No. Do they have it? Let me see. Yeah, they gotta have Thailand. Thailand, $3.78, which is, what is that? 14. That's about $120.50, something like that. That's not what it costs, though. That's the thing, is these prices are not accurate for this. For Thailand, I don't think it's accurate. I think it's 169 baht, something like that. Now, what is the cheapest? Taiwan. Holy shit. $2.39. Indonesia, $2.43. Now, that was the price in Thailand like 20 years ago. India, $2.59. I don't know if I want to have a Big Mac in India. South Africa, $2.71. Egypt, $2.75. European countries like Switzerland, Norway, and those in the Eurozone tend to have more expensive Big Macs than the United States. This indicates that these European currencies may be overvalued relative to the US dollars. Well, maybe. On the other end of the spectrum, several major East Asian economies, including Taiwan, Japan, China, and South Korea, have currencies substantially undervalued against the US dollar, according to the Big Mac Index. In April, the Bank of America stated it was not bullish on any currency in Asia and mentioned the Chinese yuan, South Korean won, and Taiwan dollar under its bearish category. In June, the Japanese yen hit a 38-year low against the dollar. Well, let me see what it is. Oh my God, 160? 160.82. I remember it was 110. I didn't even know that. I had no idea. No wonder it's not so, it's pretty good to go to Japan now. We wanted to go there. Oh, here it is now. Today it's 148.71. Holy sheep shit. Well, everywhere is bound to change in due time. What is this here? Man, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm looking at this Mac thing here. And this is not what I was looking at yesterday. I was on Voronoi. Oh, really? Sounds like fun. We wanted to go. I don't know why we're not going. Let's see here. Well, I don't see the... Jesus Christ. What is this here? Well, we got some other things to talk about. I found something here that's pretty interesting. Wow. Top countries' GDP per capita. Luxembourg, 144K. Interesting. All right, so let me look at this one that I have here. Best dad in Asia. Oh, thank you again. Thank you, thank you. We were just talking about how the yen is so weak against the dollar now, which is crazy. Crazy. What is this here? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what is this here? South Africa, the Big Mac is $2.71. What is this here? That's Taiwan. Japan, $3.04. You know, Sam, I remember when it was 100 to 110. Now it's almost 150, 160. I mean, that's crazy. All right, now let me just give you something. I'm going to give you a little, wow, Jesus Christ, how many we got here? We got 100. This is the cost of living index. The bottom 10, the cheapest places, not necessarily the best, but the cheapest. 100 is Seychelles. 99 is Nicaragua. Listen, I've been to Nicaragua. I was not impressed. It was not a happy place for me. I don't know why. I mean, you know, I was there for business, and I don't think I felt that good, really, when I was there. But, I mean, you know, I felt pretty shitty when I was there. I was sick. But that tells you something. But I just didn't get a good vibe from the place. I know some people like it and they want to live there and all this other kind, but I didn't get it there. I don't, you know, and yeah, okay, it's cheap, but I just didn't like it. And then it says here, Monaco, Mauritius, Maldives, Jersey, Guam, Grenada, Dominica, and then the Cayman Islands. I don't know why it is that way. But let me give you the top 10 in the world. Number 10 is Australia. Number 9 is the United States. Number 8 is Hong Kong. Number 7 is Denmark. Number 6 is Norway. Number 5 is Barbados. There you go, Carlos. Number 4, Singapore. Number 3, Iceland. Number 2, Bahamas. And number 1, Switzerland. I got a bad headache. Yeah. All right, that's the cost of living index. Now that's from Wise. That is from Wise. So I don't know how accurate it is. I'm looking at another one here. Yeah, you see, I look at it in a little bit different manner. Here on this list, 197 countries ranked from the most expensive to the cheapest ones. No, nothing went down the wrong tube. I just got a headache. I don't know why. I got in the neck, you know. Number 10, Australia. Okay, that was number 10 before. Number 9, Bahamas. Number 8, Liechtenstein. Number 7, United States. Number 6, Ireland. Number 5, Iceland. Number 4, Switzerland. Number 3, Singapore. Number 2, Cayman Islands. Number 1, Monaco. I don't know why they have that. Yeah, I don't know why they have this here. Let me see here. This is really kind of wacky. Wacky. A bit odd. Is this the... Okay, so we already went over the Big Mac. Let's see, what is this? America's most popular cars. Ooh. For the baby boomer, which would be me, the F-Series pickup. For a Gen X, number 1 is the F-Series pickup. For the millennial, Honda Accord. And for the Gen Z, Honda Civic. I don't know if it's a ratio. I'm trying to look at it. I don't know if I still have it up here. I mean, I'm looking at this on this list here, and the United States is not even in the top 10. United States is number 14 in the cost of living for most expensive places. So those are the most popular cars right now. Number 2, baby boomer Camry, Gen X Camry, millennial Altima, and Gen Z Accord. So they like Honda Accord and Honda Civic. I used to have a Honda Accord, and I really liked that car. It was really reliable. It was great. You got into it, turned the key, it started, boom, you're off. All right, I'm not going to get into this. Oh, God. I should just read. This is just some useless information. Top 20 baby girl names, 2013 and 2023. Number 10 was Elizabeth. Number 10 now is Luna. Number 9 now in 2023 is Evelyn. It was Madison before. Number 8 in 2013 was Abigail, and now it's Ava. Number 7 was Emily. Number 7 in 2023 is Isabella. Number 6 in 2023 is Mia. Number 6 in 2013 is Mia. Number 5 in 2013 is Ava. And number 5 in 2023 is Sophia. Number 4 is Isabella in 2013. Number 4 is Amelia in 2023. Number 3 in 2013, Olivia. Number 3 in 2023 is Charlotte. Number 2 in 2013 and 2023 is Emma. I'm glad I didn't have a girl. You know that, really? Number 1 in 2013, Sophia. Number 1 in 2023, Olivia. I'm glad I didn't have a little girl. First of all, I didn't want to be daddy's little girl because I would try to do everything for her. I'd be so nice to her. And if she screwed up, you know, she did something stupid and got pregnant, or, you know, did something, got really terrible grades or something like that, it would really hurt me. And not only that, you always got to worry about those dastardly little boys that are always trying to make her a woman, if you know what I mean. All right, so that's that. We don't want to look at that anymore. I want to keep this open, though. That's pretty good here. Starbucks, I don't care about. Let's see. All right. World data. Okay, world data. Nah, let's not talk about that. All righty, here we go. Number 10 on Numbeo, which is considered somewhat accurate and considered a pretty good website. Number 10, Chicago, Illinois. Number 9, LA, California. Number 8, Seattle, Washington. Number 7, Washington, D.C. Number 6, Reykjavik, Iceland. Number 5, Boston. Number 4, San Francisco. Number 3, New York. Number 2, Zurich, Switzerland. And number 1, the most expensive place on the planet, according to this list, is Geneva, Switzerland. Not surprising, honestly. Now, where is something in Thailand here? I thought we looked at it. But this is for the first half of 2024. I'm looking for Thailand. I don't see it. Although maybe it's way down. Oh, Bangkok, Thailand, number 133. Overall, 39.5. That means it's 40% of the cost of living in the United States. Manila, 36.0. Quito, Ecuador, 34.6. Man, I don't see Thailand on here at all. India, Pakistan, those are all down at the bottom, and I don't consider those places that I really want to go live. Hanoi, Vietnam, 192. 29.6 is the overall ranking. Jakarta, 30. Ho Chi Minh, 30.5. But I just don't see Thailand. Only Thailand I see is Bangkok. That's it. I don't see Chiang Mai. I don't see Pattaya. I don't see Phuket. I don't see any of those. That's on Numbeo. Now, I decided to compare between Bangkok and a few cities, but the first one is Phnom Penh. Cost of living by country, Thailand, 79. Well, on this list, it is not 79. It's, well, Bangkok is 133. And this is cost of living index by city, 2024 mid-year. Now let me see something. for all of 2024. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see here. Thailand. Wow. I don't know, man. I don't know if my eyes are not that good, but I am not seeing. I don't see Thailand. Oh, there it is. In 2024, supposedly all of 2024, it's 235th out of 370. So it's one of the least expensive places in the world. I mean, if you add in India and Pakistan in the bottom, which is a good one, well, it goes all the way to 205. It's 14 places. And then you have the Ukraine and Kathmandu, which I love Kathmandu. And I think I would like the Ukraine if I was there. Bogota, Colombia. Here we go. It must be 9:45. Yeah, 9:44 I have on the clock. So they turn it on every day at 9:44, 9:45. That's why I like to start at 8 o'clock, because I can be done by 9:30, 9:45, right when I hear this. Okay, see you later, guys. But I think it's a little too early for most people. And, it's early back in the States as well. Some people might not be back at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the United States, but say 6 or 7, they might be. Okay, compared to Phnom Penh, the cost of living in Phnom Penh is 9.5% lower than in Bangkok without rent. With the rent, Phnom Penh is 14.7% lower than in Bangkok. Rent prices in Phnom Penh are 30.6% lower than in Bangkok. I don't know about that. Restaurant prices in Phnom Penh are 9.1% higher than in Bangkok. Okay, that I believe. Grocery prices in Phnom Penh are 9.2% lower than in Bangkok. Local purchasing power in Phnom Penh is 38.8% lower than in Bangkok. You would need around 102,393 bahts, $3,104 in Phnom Penh to maintain the same standard of living that you can have with 120,000 baht in Bangkok, assuming you rented in both cities. This calculation uses our cost of living plus rent index to compare the cost of living and assume net earnings after income tax. You can change the amount in this calculation. All right, so yeah, that's what I'll say about Phnom Penh. Now, let's look somewhere else. Let's see here. What should I, how about Thailand and Quito? Quito, Ecuador. Oh, come on. Here we go. Cost of living in Quito is 21% lower than in Bangkok without rent, 25.4% lower than in Bangkok with rent. Rent prices in Quito are 38.8% lower than in Bangkok, that's huge. So if you say 40%, and you say the rent is $500 a month in Bangkok, which will get you a small apartment, maybe a small condo. Maybe you can get something else. I mean, but you really could get a house for that. But let's just say that you want to live in Sukhumvit or somewhere like that. You would get a rinky-dink apartment for that kind of price. That's not much. You need to spend at least 20 grand. But okay, $500 a month. That means it would be $300 in Quito. Restaurant prices in Quito are 22.6% higher than in Bangkok. Grocery prices in Quito are 23.7% lower than in Bangkok. Local purchasing power in Quito is 17% higher than in Bangkok. You need around 89,483.9 baht, $2,712 in Quito to maintain the same standard of life that you can have with 120,000 in Bangkok. This calculation uses cost of living plus rent index, compare, blah, blah, blah. You can change the amount in this calculation. Okay. Now, how about somewhere like, now if you do it with Lisbon, I guess I could do it with Lisbon. I don't know a small city in Portugal, but let me think something here. What is it? Manta? It's not on here. That kind of sucks. Hey, Robert, thank you. Thank you for becoming a VIP member in my channel. I appreciate that. Choke D to you. Now, can I hit a star on that? No, I can't. Can I do anything with that? No, you can't. Anyway, yeah, Mila Kunis is a hot Ukrainian. Well, yeah. She's got an interesting story, actually. And, you know, I mean, sometimes I think actors and actresses, you see them in the role and you go, oh, yeah, she looks pretty good. Then you see them dressed up and you go, holy shit, that chick is hot as hell, right? Sometimes I think they dress down. People, they want to seem like the average person. But I think a lot of them are very good looking. And, you know, the women, outstanding bodies. But let's face it with women. If they're really hot after 40, that's saying a lot for them. You know, I mean, let's face it, when women come, you know, close to 50, you know, things start to sag a little. Need my glasses. Yes, I do need my glasses. She learned her English from American TV shows. Okay, that's good, I guess. The fact that she taught herself says a lot. Be the ball, Scott. Right now, I don't know what I am. She said that once. Well, that's good. Let me see here. I want to go on here. I gotta keep moving on. You can't do it to Quito, so let me see here. Bangkok and where? Bangkok and where? Where do we want to live? How about somewhere in somewhere in Italy or in Greece or something? How about, let's just say Greece. Let's say, where in Greece? Where? How about Argos, Greece? No, I know Athens, but Athens is a big city. I want to see how it is compared to a little city. Not enough data. Rent prices 38.6 lower. Restaurant prices, I don't know why the restaurant prices are so much more in Europe. I guess it's because of the food costs. Grocery prices in Argos are 27.7% lower than in Bangkok. Yeah, that's pretty, let me put in Athens. Athens, Greece. You know, I got the message, the comment the other day about how, oh, there's no other places like Thailand. And I said, no, I don't believe that's true. I don't. I think there's a lot of other places. Cost of living in Athens is 22% higher than Bangkok without rent, 15.8% higher than in Bangkok with rent. Rent prices are 3.1% lower than in Bangkok. Restaurant prices in Athens, 112.9% higher than in Bangkok. Grocery prices, 0.5% higher than in Bangkok. Local purchasing power in Athens is 33.7% higher than in Bangkok. You would need $138,984.3 baht, $3,821 in Athens to maintain the same standard of living that you can have with $120,000 in Bangkok. Wow. What was that? I saw something. Tristan da Cunha, far away. Well, yeah, that's true. Off topic, 29-year-old British guy. Yeah, but that was a couple days ago, wasn't it? Yeah, Albania is a good place. You got to be careful if you're going to whack somebody. And you know, I'll be honest. I used to get hit a lot, and I don't get hit anymore. And I'm glad, because I think to myself, you know, if I got whacked and I fell down, it's one thing if you just kind of like, you get hit and it's a glancing blow and you're okay. If I got hit solid, knocked down, banged my head on the ground, maybe now because I'm older, I couldn't take it. Maybe that'd be it for me. I'd be done. I'd be dust. Scotty die. I don't know. But I think about that sometimes, because I often think about these kind of things. All right, let's see here. Bangkok. How about Costa Rica? Let's compare it to Costa Rica. Wow. Cost of living in San Jose, Costa Rica is 21.1% higher than in Bangkok. Cost of living, including rent, is 16.6% higher than in Bangkok. Rents in San Jose are 2.7% higher than in Bangkok. Restaurant prices in San Jose are 90.2% higher than in Bangkok. Grocery prices 15.9% higher. Local purchasing power is 13.2% higher than in Bangkok. Wow. Unbelievable. All right, there was somewhere else I wanted to compare. What was that, Albania? No, I didn't want to compare Albania. Oh. Yeah. That dirty put me to sleep, man. Let's see here. All right, so what place are we looking for? Give me a name of a city that's a mid-sized city, so that, you know. I've done a lot of Costa Rica research. It's very similar to the price of living in Indiana where I am. Bali, okay. Bali sounds good. Cost of living in Bali is 17.4% lower than in Bangkok. Including rent, it's 7.5% higher. Rent prices are 83.4% higher than in Bangkok. Restaurant prices are 15.3% lower than in Bangkok. Groceries are 7.6% lower than in Bangkok. Local purchasing power in Bali is 62.7% lower than in Bangkok. Wow. What was that last place? Vancouver or Toronto? Let's see here. I don't think you're gonna like this. Cost of living in Vancouver is 61.5% higher than Bangkok, 95.2% higher than in Bangkok, including rent. Rent prices are 197.7% higher than in Bangkok. Restaurant prices 169.8% higher than in Bangkok. Grocery prices 53.7% higher than in Bangkok, and local purchasing power is 137.7% higher than in Bangkok. That's pretty wild. How about Manila? Well, I will tell you what I've been telling people about why Thais can live for cheaper than most foreigners. Oh, fucking shut up. This goes on for 15 fucking minutes. It should just about be done. Because they're getting ready to bring people in. Let me see Cebu. Cebu, 20.8% lower without rent, 28.4% lower with rent, 51.6% lower rent than in Bangkok. Restaurant prices are 23.1% lower than in Bangkok. Grocery prices 18.6% lower than in Bangkok, and local purchasing power is 15% lower than in Bangkok. Finally, they stopped this headache song. Unbelievable, man. All right, what else do we want to look for? Let's look for a couple more. Where do we want to look? Oh, Penang. You know, they have certain crews here. They have certain crews here that work, you know, the different shifts. And usually at about 9:55, they pull down the barriers and they start letting people in. They're just now moving the barriers now. What are you gonna do? You're gonna yell at them and tell them, hey, get your shit together. Come on. Open up. People want to get in. Nah, you're not gonna do that. This is Thailand, man. Everything's pipe and ride. You're like, eh. All right, cost of living in Penang, 19.2% lower than in Bangkok without rent. With rent, 26.1% lower. Rent prices in Penang are 46.9% lower. Restaurant prices are 9.8% lower than in Bangkok. Grocery prices 6.1% lower than in Bangkok. Local purchasing power is 99% higher than in Bangkok. Wow. So Penang is a bit cheaper. Now let's look at Kuala Lumpur, if we may. Just curious. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Two big cities. Kuala Lumpur, 14.9% lower without rent, 17.4% lower with rent, 24.9% lower rent than in Bangkok. Restaurant prices 8.8% higher than in Bangkok. Grocery prices 11% lower than in Bangkok. The local purchasing power is 146.6% higher in Kuala Lumpur than it is in Bangkok. Yeah, everybody does not think, I can tell you though, it's great, Penang, okay, everybody wants to go to Malaysia. Oh, I want my retirement in Malaysia. Oh, I want it in Bangkok. But some people are not thinking to themselves, oh, how cheap can I live there for? I just want to know if the money I have, if I can live in the place. That's all I really care about. I don't care about how much everybody else is spending. I don't care how low the prices are. I just care, hey, can I have a decent standard of living in that place? Oh, my whatever it is a month fits into what they want to, well, not want to, what it works out to, what you can live off of there. Yeah, in New West or Surrey, not that high, but if you're in Cole Harbour, North or West Vancouver, property prices are insane. There you go. And that is the big thing, because that's something that I think about, is the property prices. I'm not thinking about the housing prices, although I do think about it a little bit. And the crazy thing here in Thailand is your book is connected to where you live, your house registration. But if you don't have a house, you have to register with somebody else. I'm like, what kind of stupid program is that? Why do you have to register with somebody else? The coffee festival. No, I heard there was one, but that was a while ago. So no, I don't know about that one. And I don't know if I'll be going there or not, because I'm going to Vietnam soon. A couple days I'm in Vietnam. So I don't know. Tomorrow I'm watching UFC. Thank you. I should go. Tomorrow I'm watching the UFC. Should be a good show. And Monday, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I have to go to yoga and do my workout. And then Tuesday, I'm streaming. And I have something else to do. I got to think about what that is. Did you do K Coffee? No, but it's not going to bring up every small city, every little city. That's not how it works. You can put in Belize, and it will tell you a couple of different cities. In Belize, well, they do have it actually. Sorry. Oh, no. You see, this is wrong. I don't know why they did this. Okay. Yeah, not enough data. There's not enough data on anything, so they don't tell you anything. What it looks like to me is that K Kalkar is quite a bit more expensive than Thailand. I mean, milk. See, this is a bit weird for me. 65.33 baht for a liter of milk, but really it's 95 baht for 2 liters of milk. So I don't know where they get these prices from. A loaf of fresh white bread is not 55 baht here. It's 40 to 45 baht. They've got 55 baht. But in K Kalkar, it's 60 baht. Rice for a kilo is 51.09 baht. And then in K Kalkar, 145.45. So it is to me, it looks like it's 2 times more expensive, 2.5 times more expensive. And you're not going to get away from it. Now, let me try somewhere else. In Belize. Belize City. How about Punta Gorda? I know nothing about that. Not enough. There's not enough data. So, this is quite a bit more expensive. A meal in an inexpensive restaurant is 329.87 baht, which is about $10. In Thailand, it's 105.50. Oh, God. So, anyway, enough of that. There you go. Is the Expat spot. Expat spot. Well, it may be, but it's a bit more expensive. Let me see something here. Let's compare it to San Diego. Whoa, cost of living 89.4% higher without rent, 140.5% higher in San Diego with rent. Rents are 295.8% higher than in Bangkok. Restaurant prices 207.7% higher than in Bangkok. Grocery prices 55.5% higher than in Bangkok. Local purchasing power in San Diego is 215.1% higher than in Bangkok. You would need almost 300,000 baht, 288,559 baht, $8,747.60 in San Diego to maintain the same standard of life that you can have with 120,000 in Bangkok, assuming you rent in both cities. That's crazy. So you need 2.5 times more to live in San Diego. $51.49. Too expensive in San Diego. But San Diego has one thing: the best weather. And who cares? There's good places for weather in other countries in the United States. I mean, you don't have to pay that much so I can have the best weather. You can have great weather. That's all you need. You just need good or great weather. Now, I looked up, just to show my wife, I looked up Coral Gables, which is where I was born. Coral Gables, Florida. And I said, if you move to the Gables, if you move there, you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg. And do you know, for a studio apartment in Coral Gables, $3,500. I was like, that's like 120, I don't know, 120,000. You're paying 120,000 baht just so you have a place to lay down. And that's a studio. I was like, how do they expect people to do this? Right now, housing prices are unaffordable. They're insane. A lot of people cannot buy houses now, or they're spending 40 to 50% of their take-home pay to pay for the mortgage. But in the future, if they don't stop what's going on and they don't curb the economy and inflation, it's going to be, you can't afford to rent unless you have 2 people living there. You know, one person's not going to be able to pay $4,000 a month for an apartment. I mean, I looked at that and I went, how the hell are you supposed to pay almost $3,600 a month for a small apartment like that? And then you have to think about food. You have to think about the electric bill, the cable bill, the water bill, the phone bill, or the cell phone bill. You have to think about all these things. And then, you know, you look at it at the end of the day and you go, it's unaffordable. It's not right. So that's why people are moving out. I mean, I didn't come over here because I thought, oh, my money's going to go a lot farther. I wasn't that smart, to be honest. I wasn't so smart where I thought I'm gonna move and I'm gonna have a better life for less money. I didn't think that. I thought, oh well, you know what? Things don't cost that much here. That's good. I can come over here and I can live all right. But I didn't think, oh, my life is gonna be a lot better, and I'm gonna pay 50% or 75% of what I pay back home. I wasn't that smart. I didn't have the foresight. For me, it was just I want to have an adventure. But now people are starting to do that. And I think that sometimes that's where they get into trouble, because they expect to pay a certain amount. And then they find that, I mean, just like what I was saying, I've said this a couple of times, that Mac user was asking me, can you get a place for $8,000 to $12,000? You can get a house for that. You can get a townhouse. You can get that all day long. But you got to know where to look. You know. And I was talking about the house registration. I don't know. Let me see something here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this a little bit. Yeah, you have to own a property. And that's the thing. So how are you supposed to get your name on a house registration if you don't own a house? Landlords, too expensive standing. Okay, landlords are required a tenant to have 3 times the income. Jesus Christ. Do you know about the condo issue in Florida? No. Any condo 3 stories or more has strict regulations now, so HOA fees are insane. No. I don't know about that, and I don't want to know about it because I don't want to live in America. I looked at a condo in Miami, $250K to buy, and $5,000 a month for homeowners association. What the $5,000 a month? That's ridiculous. That's highway robbery, man. Well, is that a studio or 1 bedroom, Tom? I knew this is a pretty nice little area. I met a girl driving a taxi yesterday, and she was actually was coming back from the Mac dealer, Dr. Mac. I didn't get anything. I didn't get a discount or anything, but he is very good. He's got a lot of good things going there. If you need your Mac or your phone worked on, he'll do it for you. And he's a jiu-jitsu guy also. And you know, I had a picture on my phone of me with Manny Pacquiao and the promoter, and he goes, "Hey, that's Manny Pacquiao." And I go, "Yeah, you know, I know Manny." So we started talking. That was pretty cool. I mean, you know, that's 10,000 baht. Now, hang on a second. You got to tell me though, is that a studio, or is that a 1 bedroom, or what is it? And what is, let me see something else here. Okay, so that's 430 square feet, which is okay sized. That's a decent size. I mean, I had a 900 square foot apartment in the US. It was 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and yeah, it was decent size. So this is a little bit less than half of that. So for an apartment, whether it's studio or 1 bedroom, that's a pretty good size. That's a decent size. 10,000 baht is a decent price. It's not a great price because, as I said, for 7,000 to 10,000, maybe even 15,000, but 7,000. I mean, in the village where we live, 7,000 is considered a little bit expensive. So if you're, and some places there, you know, they're trying to get 10,000 baht. But you'd have your own townhouse. Now, I don't know, you know, I mean, if it's an apartment, I would say that a townhouse beats an apartment in most cases. But you can get a townhouse for 8,000, 10,000. You know, I mean, it's really up to you. But the thing is, you have to look, and that's the thing. It is a pain in the ass. Most people, they look for a couple of weeks and they just get sick of it. They go, all right, that place is fine, and they just go, all right, I'll live there. You know. San Diego weather is awesome. Okay, well, I wouldn't live in any one place and pay an extraordinary amount just because the weather is awesome. There are a lot of places where the weather is very good or really good, and you don't have to pay nearly as much. Yeah, I have to ask about the condos in Florida. A 750 square foot, 2-bedroom, 1-bath home in southern Indiana, 1 acre, 8 miles from town. I paid 10 grand. It's 2006. 115 property tax. I live cheap as fuck. Yeah, I know that in that area, in like the Midwest, the middle of the United States, some of the prices there are really, really good. And I can remember, I mean, this is back 40 something years ago. I lived in a house in New Mexico for $150 a month, and it was 3-bedroom. We had 3 guys living there. We all paid $50 each. That was it. $50 for a house. In the winter, you get smothered with snow. Anute was probably, still is, at Expat Central, only 4 stops by BTS to Oso, but 40% cheaper. Yeah, Anute didn't used to be an Expat Central. They built it up, and it used to be Whore Central. It used to be where all the girls from Nana, that's where they stayed. And it's good to see that they built it up and that it's getting better. I don't know if I would stay there. I mean, maybe I would. I don't know. I wouldn't stay there with my, like, I have a wife and our kids still live with us. And even if they weren't living with us, I don't know that I would want to live there. And my wife is, just yesterday I'm saying, oh, my wife and her job, we're not sure. And all of a sudden, last night she comes home, she's telling me, oh, we got to get a house because I've got to get off the house registration of this lady that we're on. And I want us to have the house registration. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to pay $1,500 a month for that. That's just ridiculous. I'm like, go buy a little condo and you can rent it out, I mean, and then it's not going to cost you anything, So, there's a lot of things to consider, as you might expect. Life is not always easy, although I try to minimalize things to where it is easy most of the time. Maybe 6 to 8 inches a year total through the whole winter. Crazy year, we get 12 inches. All right, so things are livening up here. The music is over, thankfully. Gives me a headache, man. Every time I hear that song, it gives me a headache. I don't know, man. I don't want to get into that. I hate that song. I can't even understand the words because it's not clear. It's all distorted. Gives me a headache. The thing here is that where you live can determine how much you're going to pay. I mean, obviously, location, location, location. It's just like, back in the States, if you live in the middle of the United States, you're not going to pay as much as if you're living in New York City or Chicago or Miami. You know, if you're living in the backwoods of Tennessee, you're not going to pay as much. It's just how it goes. You know, so if you want to live somewhere cheap in Thailand, you can. But again, where are you going to live? What kind of life are you going to have if you're living like, let's say you go, I want to live in some village out in Sukhothai. Well then, you know, what are you going to do out there? You know, you're going to make it your business to learn about Sukhothai? I mean, okay, whatever. But really, you have to think about that. So you have to think there has to be because believe me, I think about this all the time. There has to be a happy medium between peace and quiet and people, you know, the number of people, the mass of people, traffic, getting around, the ease of transportation, and also healthcare. There has to be a decent hospital, because what you don't want is something happens to you, you got to go to the hospital and they go, oh, we're going to have to transfer him down to Bangkok or whatever it might be. You don't want that to have to happen. You want to be able to take care of yourself right there. 1 bedroom Lumpini, okay. I got you. Good morning, Mr. Paul. Good morning, everybody. God damn, man, I am just... I need more coffee. I need tippy for my bunghole. I've already had a double espresso and a dirty coffee, and I'm still not 100% awake. You know, they have this thing here yesterday and today. I don't exactly know what it is because I haven't gone and checked it out. But they have this thing where people dress up. They dress up in all these different wild costumes. And then there's guys, and there's foreign guys, and they're like, you know, I'm Mr. Global this, Mr. Global International, and, you know, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? You know, I didn't even bother looking because I don't care. Because it's not of any interest to me. You know, my interest is, do we need any food? Do I need to go to the market? And when I go home, what am I going to do? Which I already know I'm going to pack. I need to start packing because I don't want to wear some of the clothes that are clean and then have to do my laundry again before I leave. So since we're leaving in a couple of days, I take my clothes, I pack, I'm ready to go like 3-4 days before we're leaving. I'm all set, I have everything I need. You know, it's a bug out bag basically. You know, Beavis and Butthead fan, sorta, you know. I mean, 20 years ago, yes, I was a Beavis and Butthead fan. I thought they were funny as hell. Now, not so much. You know, things get old. I don't even know if they still have a show now. Where have you been, Paul? Come on. I'm going to Da Nang. 8 days. 8 days of the week. Da Nang, Hoi An, I'm not sure where else. But I think Da Nang and Hoi An. Look at this. Oh. Thing stuck to my hand. Should be fun. Could be cool. Tomorrow is UFC. Alex Pereira going up against Khalil Roundtree, he's a good fighter and he's a stud. I just don't know if he can beat Pereira. And then the girls are fighting Juliana Pena and Pennington. And there's a whole bunch of other fights. You know, there's some good fights. So I like to watch them, and you know, and I don't want to have to be streaming and looking, streaming, and I don't want to do that. I just want to wake up, okay, the fights are on now, and I just sit there and watch the fights. I'm going to Malaysia next week, Kuala Lumpur. Why are you going? Just a little break or what? I don't know what's going on here. Five days of eating. Oh, that's right. Paul eats. Paul G eats. So you're going to be eating Malaysian food. I don't know what is going on now with my computer. Slow right now, a little bit slow. Anyway. Let's see here, cost of living. What was this? Oh, that was San Diego. All right. So that's good to know. God damn it. Tying up loose ends and then coming to Thailand in a year or a little less. Scout there for I want to potentially live, then to Vietnam, then Philippines and Bali. I think a townhouse is a great idea. Yes, and you know, if you speak decent Thai or you have somebody who can help you, then it's a piece of cake, man. You get them to help you and you're in, and for not very much. I mean, we've been in this place for a long time, and like I never paid the rent late. I mean, I'm always on time, and so it's a good thing what we have going on, and I think the lady knows it. But other than that, what is the problem with this thing? Oh, there we go. All right. How long are you going to be here, Robert? I mean, there's a place down the street from the house, and my wife looked at the place, and she, it's an older townhouse, and she's like, it's like 2.8 or something like that, 2.3, and I'm like, listen, you want to buy a place, just get it and rent it out. I mean, that's a savings plan in itself, with any luck. But I don't want to move into some gated community now, and it's $1,500 a month to live there. I mean, that's just crazy. 2 months in Thailand, 1 month each in Vietnam, Philippines, and Bali. So you'd be gone for 5 months. Wow, that's a long trip. That's a long trip. But I think it's a good idea. I think what you're doing is a good idea. I think you need to scout out places. 2 months in Thailand, yeah, you could move to Pattaya for a week or so, Bangkok for a week, Phuket, go to Chiang Mai, you could go somewhere, a couple other places, and that would be good. I'm going to move somewhere there though, so I need a long trip. Oh yes. Man, I don't know what it is. I need more coffee. I hear about guys just going, I'm just going over there. I haven't seen anything. I've never been there. I'm just coming. And sometimes it works. Okay, good for you. But I think better if you go to a few places and you kind of, you can gauge the feel of the place. And that's why I said, like, I went to Nicaragua and I was there for 8 days, 7, 8 days. Good deal. I was there for 7, 8 days, and I just didn't get a great feeling. Never. I didn't get a feeling of, oh, the people are so friendly here. They're interested in talking. No, I got like ignored most of the time, which that's fine. I don't care about that. But the overall vibe was just kind of like, It didn't do anything for me. So, that was enough for me. I've been to Panama, and I met Roberto Duran in Panama, which I was very happy about that. I lost the picture, though. I was so, I was in such a hurry. And, let me get the picture. And now I don't know where the picture is. I lost that one. Where else have I been? I went to Guyana there. I went to Guyana for 2 weeks. In a couple of days, I'll be in Vietnam. Yet another journey to Vietnam when I really didn't want to go there, but my friend wanted to go there. And we are going to a different place, so it's different than going to Ho Chi Minh or Hanoi or, some of the other places I've been. So, he's going there, and we're all set up now. So, it's a done deal. And after that, I don't know. I don't know where we're going. I have no idea. I would imagine we're going to go back to the United States. Yeah, but I don't know other than that. It depends on when we go, when all the kids are out of school, or, they're not busy, and exactly what we can do. It really depends. So, maybe we'll go to Japan, and we'll hang out in Japan for a week or two, and then we'll go to the U.S. I don't know. I have no idea. I really don't know. Anyway, thank you. Today, are you going to that French town up on the mountain in Da Nang? I'm going to Hoi An. I don't know if that's the French town you're talking about, but I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't really researched it. I'm just getting all the logistics. Da Nang French Village is located in Bana Hills. Mercure Da Nang French Village, Bana Hills. I don't know. I gotta check that out. I have to check it out. I don't know. Not sure. Yes, I'll be live streaming. I'll probably live stream at least 2 times. The first time I think is on a Friday, and then a Sunday, and then we got a Tuesday. So Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, I think I'll probably stream 3 times. And I'll be shooting video, and I'll be doing all kinds of other stuff. So I'll be busy. Even though, when I get there, what I'm like is like, oh yeah, this room is so nice. I just want to chill. I'll get into my underwear, get under the covers. I'll just lay there with the aircon on, the TV on. I'll just sit there and watch TV and, fall asleep a little bit. And my wife will yell at me, get up, we got to go out. I'll be like, yeah, 5 minutes. And usually it's me yelling at her and she says 5 minutes. That's usually what I do. I'll be streaming from under the covers. Hey guys, I really don't feel like going out into Da Nang, but hey, I'm in a hotel here. Can't you tell? Anyway, I won't do that. Oh God, egg coffee. How many thousands of times have I had egg coffee now. Cyrus, I've had so many egg coffees, and egg coffees are fattening. They're very fattening. So the likelihood of me having an egg coffee, I might have one, but that'll be it. I'm not gonna have more than that. And it's very easy to get drawn into the coffee world there, the coffee scene. You just start, oh, I'm gonna go to this coffee shop. Oh, I'll go to that coffee. Next thing you know, you're like, I drank 5 coffees today. And I don't want that. You know, I like what I do here. I come here, I have 1 coffee, and that's it. Usually I have a coffee in the morning, not always, but usually. Then I come here and have a coffee, and then I'm done. I don't usually have another coffee, but every once in a while in the afternoon, I'll go, man, I'm just bushed. And then I'll have a cup of coffee to wake me up, and that's it. But I'm not gonna have an egg coffee. You know, I'm not gonna have many of them at least. I don't know, Cheap Charlie. Ask yourself some stupid question. I couldn't care less. If you ask me something, you don't ask me something, it doesn't matter to me. I'm good. Ah! It's all good. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think next stream is Tuesday. So that means Sunday, Monday, Sunday and Monday, no stream, Tuesday, stream. So, there you go. Hopefully they'll be done with this vegetarian festival. What do you think, 6, 7, 8? They finish on Tuesday, I guess. They got this vegetarian festival going on here. I'm like, I don't like this vegetarian crap. Give me meat, baby. That's what I want, you know? Listen, dude, why do you even come in the stream then? I don't need you here with your smart ass comments. I don't need you here. You want to come in and be useful? Fine. You want to say something nice? You want to be cool? That's decent. But you want to be a dick? I don't need you here. I don't care. One way or the other. You're immaterial. You got it? Take it with a grain of salt. Anyway, thank you once again, as I was so rudely interrupted. Thank you again. You know what? Don't call me little buddy either, dickhead. You know what? You're out of here, buddy. See you later, little pal. Arrivederci. There you go. You always have been a dick, and that's why you're gone. You know, I don't like to ban people, but you're just a dick. I don't like you. That's the thing. If I don't like you, I don't like you. You know, I try to be nice to people. But you get some dickhead coming in here, what do I need to ask you? I don't give a fuck if you ask me anything. You can ask me something or not ask me something. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Jesus Christ. Anyway, great fun. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you soon. Here we go. That's how we do it. Ciao. Okay, have fun in Vietnam. See you when you get back to Bangkok. Okay. Well, I will, like I said, I will stream again on Tuesday. That's the day before I leave. And then I'll stream on Friday. I'll try to figure something out. That gives me a couple days on ground there to figure things out. And then we got probably Sunday and maybe Tuesday again. So, you know, we'll see somewhere different. All right? So thank you again. Thank you, Cheap Charlie, for being a dick. I appreciate it. It makes me revel in the life that I have. so different than yours. But that's all I got. So I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Until next time, choke the Leo Jerkin my Hope Ken my and yeah. And thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike, very much. Appreciate it. So I will talk to you guys later, okay? Arrivederci. Ciao. Adios. Jerkan.